Hello everyone, and welcome back to All the Mods 10 to the Sky. As you can see, we are back, and I can still fly because we made this pretty cool chest plate that also charges itself using, well, it doesn't charge itself, I guess, but the Flux network charges it, which is pretty cool. So what do we need to do? Well, I was in my system, checking these out, and I noticed not seeing a lot of ores, or I should say ingots, popping up. So I open this guy, and it's red. So, like, it's not happy. It says, like, nickel. It says missing ingredients. If we go in here and we search for nickel, we have not only the ore chunk, but we also have the ore. So something's broken. Something is clearly not working. We can consult this guy. He says that he will use nickel dust. That makes sense. Oh, I wonder if it's the ore hammers. We do have ore hammers. Okay. So let's consult these recipes. It's in one of these. So if we just follow the nickel route, we have substitutes alternate items that allows us to use ore hammers that are broken. And it will use one raw nickel. Oh, but we don't actually have. No, well, we do. We do. Let's see. Can I craft this? It says I can, and it does. Okay. Interesting. Sir? Very interesting. What about zinc? Zinc we have as well. Okay. Does it maybe... No, I don't know. I was going to say, does it maybe think that it still needs a full ore hammer? But I mean, as you can see, it doesn't really appear to. The only other thing I can think of is maybe the crafting computers are... No, they're all online. They're not missing channels or anything. Okay. In that case, I don't actually know. Can I toggle the request? Off and on. For both of these. Missing ingredients. The system is missing ingredients to craft the requested item or fluid. No. Okay. We'll go back to zinc then. So it wants me to be able to craft one of these. Oh, and it says we can't because it wants to craft a ridiculous amount of copper. And it can't craft that copper because in order to craft the copper... Well, no, it should be able to. Okay. So if I order this... Maybe I need to request copper dust to be kept in the system? Is that possibly the problem? It's like, it can't really figure itself out. So I've got 200 now. How much did the zinc need, did we determine? It needs 56 more copper. Okay. Let's have a look. And we can't do it because of the recipes over here. Specifically the copper one needs more copper to craft more copper. What we could do is let's right click to divide it so it'll do 128, and that it can do, as you can see. And then what we should do as well is just have one of these guys maintain ore hammers. So let's drag this in and oh, yoo-hoo. Okay, ore hammer. Okay. Interesting. What? Okay. Like I get it. I'm not happy about it. Copper. I almost need the copper to not be duplicated, but I mean, like, surely that's yeah. Okay. What's the easiest way to solve this? Is it by like somehow moving copper to the top of the list? Is it by having copper in its own little guy over there? Maybe, honestly. Let's remove copper there. What's this? Osmium. So let's go osmium. Let's drag that down there. Nothing works. Why would anything work as intended? We'll go osmium. Boom. So we'll put copper there. We'll say, keep 1,000 of it. Submit changes. Cool. And then we'll just say osmium there. Also 1,000. Awesome. And I guess we just lower this down again and hope that it actually does it properly. So let's halve it again so it can do a stack. So that it can do, I'm hoping... Yeah, I don't think it's going to do what it's meant to do. Okay. We might just have to modify the copper recipe is sort of what I'm thinking. Although, I mean, hey, it looks like it's doing something, right? Maybe. copper. Yeah, not quite, eh? Available copper to craft, but it needs that to craft the thing to make the that to do the that. Okay. Alright. I'm trying to think is there a better way to do this? Specifically for the copper? And I think there is. I think, let's grab out an ore hammer. Let's grab a export bus. Sure, we'll do the extended. Let's grab a crafting card. And we'll grab out one of these crafters. We'll just do one of them manually, essentially. We haven't set up power. We're currently using flux, or we're using the induction cards, right? Which we don't have automated. Let's make recipes for it. Let's get this guy sorted. So that, and then we need a flux accessor, which needs an energy acceptor. It does need some other stuff as well, but we can, we figure that out later. Boom. So what do you need? We've got it. Alright, cool. So, what I'm thinking is, we come over here. I probably can place it right here. I don't necessarily think that will be the worst idea I've ever had. Because we can also dump stuff into that ender chest. So we'll do a crafter there. We'll do a cable here. With this guy on top. He's online, awesome. We can't put an induction card in here. So I'm going to have to put power to this guy some other way. That's fine. Which is okay. The recipe we want to do is copper dust. So first we want to select this recipe here. We want to paste in this recipe. We want to... Result of crafting operation will go to the output buffer. We want X to C. Remaining items, like buckets, or in this case, I think the ore hammer, will stay in the input. So then what we can do is we can select this and click remember. And can I select this and click remember? Yeah, cool. So we can have 2 spots for ore hammers. And then everything else can be fine. We can click apply. And then I don't know if this will work. But essentially, we want all of the copper, the raw copper, to go in here. So bear with me. Raw copper. And, yeah, raw copper. Okay. Were we crafting raw copper? Is that a recipe that we had set up as well? Copper. Raw copper. Yeah, we do have a recipe for this. Cool. So I just need to do crafting card on this. And again, bear with me. So, crafting card in here. So it should now order that stuff, and this should just start filling up. Yeah, there we go. So it's going to take a little while. It's using a squeezer setup that we've got somewhere. And so my plan is to fill up all of this with copper. Like so. Click remember. So now these are all filled with only copper. And then what I should be able to do is also request ore hammers. Now I can chuck this one in, which is great. That does its thing. Then we just need to export it into there. So if I had a... Oh, I've got universal pipes. So we just do one of these. I've lost my wrench. That's okay, I think. Wrench. My trusty wrench. I love this wrench. Was it this guy? I guess. Alright. We'll set him to do this. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. I've changed some of my recording settings. Let me know how things feel. If you hadn't noticed anything up to this point, great. If you thought things felt a little bit crisper, even better. If things felt off and you weren't sure why, and now you think that's why, then let me know. But if you did notice anything, I'll be happy with that. At the bare minimum, I tried to make things better, to clarify. So there's a chance this takes up too much storage anyway, and I can't do it. But we'll see how we go. So is this now working? So we've got this. The ore hammers aren't working. I think they're gonna have to be fresh ore hammers, which I'm gonna have to get one fresh off the press, as you can see. Which I can't really do. Copper. Oh, I can possibly. Okay, cool. Let's manually make one. Boom, boom. Put that away. Sticks. Boom, boom, boom. And then boom, boom. Awesome. So that's my trusty ore hammer. Let's go in here and turn this guy off. So he needs redstone to activate currently, which means I can do this, click remember, I can do this, click remember. So only fresh ones will be allowed in there. That could be a problem, but I think he just stays there and processes, so it's not actually a problem. Then what we do is we tell this guy, hey, that was kind of, oh, you know what? It might have been this guy, to be fair. He might have been on, like, exact. So, like, you see how you can put a fuzzy card in here? The fuzzy card might have allowed this broken ore hammer, or any ore hammer to go in, but that's okay. Alright, so then we're going to chuck this guy in. We're going to ignore it again. So now things are working. Clearly, I need a pipe upgrade. That's uno problema momento thingy-majiggy. Pipe upgrade. Now, I hear you guys asking, what is the point of auto-crafting stuff if just for copper you're just going to process all of it no matter what? I don't know. Because it's just copper? Maybe. So, okay. So I was hoping this guy would maybe take some sort of priority. You know what I mean? Like, I might have been able to have him be king of the hill. King of, you know, and he has to get it. But he's not really... I mean, it's working, I guess. And it means that when he does craft an ore hammer, it's guaranteed for copper. So I think this first hurdle of us ordering all these resources is part of the problem. Although it kind of looks like we've got everything. So I think now it is just copper. Which means this is going to get crafted infinitely. It might also just be acceleration cards I needed. So he orders it faster or something. But, I mean, this looks pretty good. He still needs power. I say we set up power, because I really love the ender gates from power. I wouldn't be opposed to looking at other stuff. I'm not a fan of flux points. There's too much you have to do to get them to work. Ender gates, you just place them, and it just does it. It's amazing. But I'm curious, energy transmitter? We have a just dire energy transmitter. I want to give this another try. I feel like it could be pretty good. Celesta gem we can set up. So that's going to be, it's going to be like 4 of these, and then some skulk to activate the guy over here. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Let him do his thing. Yeah, I want to try some other stuff because, especially in these massive mod packs, you have all the freedom. You can do what you want. If you play like a challenge mod pack, you're forced to go through all these different mods that you haven't tried. But in all the mods, you've got everything. So I could play the pack in the game pretty much the exact same time every single time. But you miss out on some really cool stuff. There's definitely some magic stuff I've sort of been avoiding just because I'm not really... The way these magic mods work aren't really my vibe. I love Thorncraft back in the day. That was so much fun. It was so much fun to watch. I didn't usually play back then. I was a wee little lass. Lass? Lad. I was a guy. I am a guy. But yeah, I don't know. You can definitely get caught up missing out on some really fun mods. One mod I do miss, my favorite mod, or at least it was my favorite mod. It's been gone for a while, but Cyclic. Cyclic just had everything. It had so much fun little mod. I loved it. It had like a template block that you'd place, and it was very simple. It would just give you designs, as in like a dome, or a circle, or a pyramid. And then there's a chance it built it as well, or it had a different block that would build it, but it was also just good to like place the blocks, you know? You just place this down, it'd give you a nice perfect dome, and you just blop, 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 blop. I loved it. All right, what did we make? We've got an energy transmitter. Brilliant. So if I place this guy here, where he gets power, he is charging. Great. And we have access to radius and stuff, and this is going to provide power. So I want to see what the maximum range we can have is. So if I now do render area, this energy transmitter will provide power to all the machines within this radius. That's pretty good. Now, the great thing about Dyer is that he makes his stuff work. So this block in the middle is the center. We can offset it into different directions. So what we could actually do is just sort of move it and drop it a bit and just have it actually in a functional range. Like if I don't need it higher, I can have it lower and catch some other machines and stuff. But this is pretty cool. Oh, what I could probably do as well is send it off in that direction. And look, it's providing power to this guy. And it's providing enough power. How cool. Awesome. So we can have our power from here and I can just send it off. There you go. Take care of that. We can get rid of the render. We can turn off particles. So if we're annoyed at seeing these particles or if they're causing lag or something, we can get rid of them. Oh, we're actually powering this stuff that doesn't need to be powered, but sure. Yeah, why not? Whoa, yeah. But yeah, hey, look, this guy's working. So yeah, all hammers, this will be self-sufficient in terms of it'll use the copper to make the copper to do the copper, which is great. A result of that is we're going to have a lot of copper dust in the system. If I can spell copper. Or we're not. Are we just smelting it all? We are. But why? But why? Oh. Because that's the smelting chest. That's not the return to the system chest. That's the smelting chest. Okay. Is that a problem? I don't think it's a problem. I mean, yeah, that's not a problem. That's fine. That might actually save us a problem. It does mean if we need copper, we're still going to have to rely on the normal recipe to do it. I would also like to get, can I get like 10 of these just so that I can grab one? And we can actually request them now. So we can say, hey, can you keep 10 in the system? Thank you. And it should order to keep 10. And that'll make me feel better about things. It should also mean that this guy will now be non-stop, right? Yeah. Look, the second he's almost done. Ah, awesome. Cool. So, what do we want to do next? Where do we go from here? Wonderful question. I guess my question would be, what do I need? What do I need? What do I want? So, I mean, we wanted flight. We got flight. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe we jump back in the quest book and see sort of where we're at. We should definitely work toward BBL routers. Welcome to BBL routers. Oh, that's funny. Like, this sounds cool. Okay. Alright. I have an idea. So I want more storage. I love the idea of disk drives. I wonder if we could push it, you know what I mean, and really get something crazy going. I'm not too sure. Let's search item. Let's search storage actually, because that gives us all these things. Let's push this a bit further. So let's see. Let's just see, how far we can push it. Whew. Before it's too expensive. So I'm just seeing, because there's a bunch of different mods. So you can do quantum storage components, or you can do mega storage components. What's the difference? I don't know, but we've got both of them. Cool. What's this? It's gold. Portable source. Yeah, cool. All right. So I mean, mega keeps going, right? Mega will go to this. You can also do mega bulk storage component. What? So mega into the 4 million, the 4M mega, bulk mega, and then that's pretty much it. The bulk stuff does something slightly different, I guess. The quantum stuff is used to make the quantum leggings and stuff. Stuff is word of the day. Quantum computer storage, quantum chest plate, quantum helmet, quantum computer storage. So you can't actually use it to make an item storage, allegedly, but you can do a quantum computer storage. Okay. Cool. I would like to make some recipes. First things first, I do want to go this route, make this guy, and then I'd love to try out both. So I want to try out this guy, which is going to need a spatial component. Okay, okay, which we can do, sure. And then I also want to just add the recipe for their actual enclosures, since I won't remember how to do that. And then this one can make the this one. Cool. All right, let's give that a try. All of this is just crafting, which is great. So I would like. Oh, look. No partitions, compression disabled. I think this is going to be for like one item. Lots of one item. This one's also lots of one item though. This is lots of many items. How much lots of one item can it possibly be? So redstone sand and vibrant quartz glass we don't have much of. Let's consult the sieve. So this guy's doing stuff, which is great. I think it might already be time to revolutionize him because as you can see, he's just not that good. We're not taking stuff out fast enough. He's not making us the right stuff. Like I want more redstone, which I think we get from dust. We've got no dust. Everything's just, this is just falling apart. It's crumbled. I think we need to upgrade all of these block generators. I'm going to start off with that. Yeah, okay, wait. Everyone freeze. I know what to do. Relax. First things first, let's get a wireless access point. Okay? Let's have it so that we can access our system without traveling back up top every time. That's going to make everything we do so much more efficient. So we've got this guy. That's brilliant. I just need to chuck him somewhere. Awesome. He's online. He's happy. Now, the range as well as the wireless terminal. So we need a wireless terminal. Obviously, at some point we want a universal one. So that's probably going to be a combination of a crafting terminal and a pattern terminal, realistically. Pattern terminal, cool. So let's go wireless terminal, wireless terminal. Okay, let's bookmark you. Dense energy needs energy. I need 8 of these, which needs some of this. Let's get 100 of it. We can't afford 100 of this. Okay. Let's get... What are you doing? I'm going to explode. Sand. We need the recipe to tell it 2 times sand equals that. Okay. Everything's fine. Everyone relax. Did I drop something? No. Maybe. Maybe? I can't tell. Okay. Cool. Let's do this. Boom. Boom. Pow. And then I can order 100 and it's not a problem. It's like, yeah, sure. As things should be. Okay, 8 of these. Brilliant. That becomes a dense. Awesome. I just need an ME terminal, which needs 2 of these. And then it needs an illuminator panel. Also brilliant. Okay. ME terminal. Yes. Wireless terminal. Needs one of these doohickeys. Done. Crafting terminal. Order. We won't make the universal one yet. We only need just crafting terminal for now, so I'm happy with that. It needs to be linked, so we'll chuck it in here. Now it's linked. It goes there and instantly goes there. Cool. It does need power, but I can probably chuck it in a bauble where it will get powered. Nope. Okay, let's consult this guy. Offhand, main hand, hotbar slots, main inventory, curios. Apply. There we go. And now it is charging. Brilliant. So, how do I open my system? Well, I think I've just taken all of the power. Cool, we're back. Alright, so what I was going to say is, previously Alt opens up my crafting grid. My crafting on a stick or whatever. I'm going to keybind and change that. So we're going to go crafting. Crafting on a stick we're going to get rid of. And then, I was going to say open crafting terminal. But I don't see that as an option. So let's search terminal. Open wireless terminal. Left top. Cool, there we go. All right, so here we are. Now let's configure it how I'd like it to. So I want it descending. I want it to be sorted by number of items. And we're home sweet home. Cool. Okay. Now, the next thing is the range. Currently 16 blocks and I'm out of it. So, for starters, if I was to go over to the sieve, I'm out of range. Okay, so yeah, can't even make do for the time being. So, we need some sort of booster. There's wireless boosters, which increase the range. Then there's an infinity range booster, and I'll tell you what it does. Well, it gives you infinite range, I'm guessing. Alright, so the wireless booster can make wireless controllers, make an infinity range booster, and then there's a dimension booster as well. Or a dimension card, sorry. Cool. Okay. So for starters, we just need this. And allegedly... What? Allegedly we can craft it. The second... It keeps saying 4 and then not 4. What do we think's going on there? Do we think the system's like turning itself off and on? Every like split second? No, it's got power. What do we think's happening? I'm not sure. I got him. Alright, let's see what happens. How are we feeling? Everyone okay? Sure. Well, anyhow, we can now go down to the sieve and open our system, and we have access to everything. Yay! Okay, so, I will probably actually have to go back up because we do need all these block generators upgraded. Now, if we look back here, we've got a gold one, iron, 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 and iron. It's not going to cut it. We're probably going to change everything else here as well. But we'll sort of see how we go. So, block generator. Now, all of these upgrade the previous one to the next one. So, arguably, there's benefit from me grabbing the ones that are down there. So, maybe we just do that. Let's grab some buckets and just go down there and just do a little bit of a cleanup, I guess. So, let's go pow, 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 and pow. Okay, cool. So, I would like you to come with me, you to come with me. I would also like you to come with me. You and you. Brilliant. Okay. So, I mean, I guess I don't have to go far. Each of these times, we're going to have to add water and lava, which is a little bit annoying, to be honest. But anyhow, emerald to diamond, then it would be to netherite. Now, ancient debris, we've got so much. Scrap, we have a bunch. And netherite itself, we just don't have. Okay. Now, I saw a way to do this in... I don't know if it's in this. In Oritech. And it sort of took me a little while to understand what I was looking at. This recipe is 1 netherite scrap to 1 netherite ingot. There's no other way to do that. It's 4 to 1. Every other way you do it. From what I've been able to see. And all we need to set up is Oritech. And it's more so this one gives you 2. But you have to get this all set up. Even this guy doesn't do it. Or at least, I don't know. I had to look at numbers and it didn't make sense. But this is so good. And all we need is a foundry. If we jump over to machines, do we have a... We just have a foundry. This is a foundry. So, we're done. We've conquered netherite. Now, look. With my current setup, it's not the fastest thing at all. But, doesn't... Like, I don't know. I mean, on one hand, we've got infinite netherite, so it's not a problem. But on the other hand, this is crazy. This is ridiculous. So you can add speed upgrades to these. You can change the blocks they have. You can make like a row. Each of these, like this is an add-on, a fluid add-on. You can have speed add-ons. You can have blocks that allow you to put more add-ons. You put like blocks there and then add-ons onto the blocks. So you can get this going pretty fast. I'll tell you what, we'll upgrade everything else to be, you know what? And I'll also just turn it, it's really loud. Foundry. Now, Foundry's not there. Oritech is there. Is that sound? Alright, cool. Alright, but yeah, we should be able to upgrade the rest of these. Now, lava buckets, I guess we've just got in the system, or I've got in my inventory. Water buckets, I believe we're just pulling from the stored water. I think that's how this works. Yeah, look, it just makes one automatically. And that is great. That is nice. Except for when it doesn't. Really? Okay, I lied apparently. Great. Alright. 1 second. Probably gonna need more than even that. And then these to emerald. See what I mean? How you have to do it for every single one? You don't have to do that in the other storage systems. And it baffles me. Because it's such a, like... What? Okay, what's happening? So our water buckets are flashing in and out of the system as if they're stuck in some sort of limbo. And I don't know why. This device is online. This device is online. We have a storage bus here. Okay, it's in this system. Oh, the QIO is flashing off and on. Because I think stuff's getting taken out of it and put back into it. For whatever reason. Can we change the priority to be +10? Does that do something? Nope. What's happening? Oh, this guy's just... But we're not full on storage, so this guy, exporting into here, this guy's importing, and he's chucking stuff in there. But why? But why? Should I just disable my QAO? Okay, so it's going, yeah. Exporter, QAO exporter. Storage bus. Extract only? There we go. Okay. Cool. It's chilling now. Yeah, sure. Alright. That's fine. Boom. Cool. 4 of these. And then, yeah, it's what? The netherite stuff? Cool. And it does look like we will need some more lava, so let's, we'll just stick with buckets for now. I know we can hook it up to the system, but I think it should be fine. Now, you can't bucket from this tank, but you can bucket from this tank that also travels stuff interdimensionally, because that makes sense. Alright. Boom. And... boom. Nice. Cool. Okay. So, your netherites. Your netherite. Now, look, this is a lot, but I think it's worth it. And your netherite. Cool. I thought we had more. Allegedly, we don't, unless it's in this system. It's in this system. Okay. So we didn't have too much more, but we definitely had more. Alright, there we go. Okay, and then let's go back to the sieve. Awesome. And so what we're wanting to do is chuck this guy here, 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 and here. Cool. All it needs now is lava. Ba 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 ba. Cool. This will go... Really? Okay. And then we need lava here. And we actually need lava on this side as well. And all of that should do its thing. And then on the fronts, what we should see is a lot being made all at once. These are now running a lot faster. Now the sieve is this siev's great. I think I'd prefer to use the machines that are built for it. If the automation machines that are built for it. I think they'll be cleaner. I'm not 100% sure that they'll be better, but we might as well try. So there's flux sieves. They use power. They also have a bunch of upgrades you can get for them. So they're from sort of this mod. So there's gold upgrade, diamond upgrade. And then it looks like that's it. And so what can this do? I don't know. I still don't know if it's going to be the play. But we can try. It can do 64 a tick, I guess. Anyhow, let's add recipes for it. Let's get this stuff sort of donezo. Now, gold upgrades, yeah, they upgrade like that. So we're going to need this guy. Which need those automated. This, which will be easy. Cyan terracotta. Great question. We'll probably do terracotta plus cyan. That makes sense to me. Cyan we'll probably get from this recipe. Blue and green. Terracotta, guess what? We'll get it from clay. We'll have to figure out clay automation later. Green dye, we could get it from blue and yellow. I just don't really know. Do we have yellow easier than we have blue? Yellow dye. Sulfur. That might be a play. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do bone meal and sulfur. Let's do that. Let's do oh, and we should just have infinite bone meal. Yeah, cool. That's yeah, that's great. All right. So let's, no, we need, that's the smelting recipe. The rest of these are crafting recipes. So that's then this recipe that we need, I believe. Cool. Was that it? Are we good? I just need clay automated. Now, clay you can get from washing sand, which is phenomenal. It's a great way to get sand. But you just gotta automate it, you know? Blah. Clay blocks. I'm just surprised there's no like extractor way to do it. Dirt and water in this guy's pretty good. But that's okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to head to this guy. I'm going to grab a stack. We're going to head down to machines. And we're going to crush them. We're going to search gravel. And we're going to crush the stack of that. I know we already pretty much had sand, but it's always great to have more. Alright. We grab a stack of that. And let's get washing. Now, you can't wash the compressed stuff. You can soul sand it, but you can't just wash it. So there's a few ways you can go about this. One is by chucking it in there in sand form, which, you know, is great, and it kind of is what we'll just have to do based on what I'm seeing here. But another way would be with a funnel, a brass funnel, a compacting drawer, and then just setting it to sand. I think we sort of somewhat do a similar thing over there. I think I'm just going to have to manually do it here, though, which is a little unfortunate, but that's all right. Okay, I guess I can do that. And then what? I do this. Oh, perfect. Okay, so this is going to wash all of that. Oh. What are these noises? These noises are the sounds of a man that has his backpack on. His magnet on. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, this does make a bit of a mess on the ground, so just be aware if you're playing on a server or something that you're probably... You don't want to automate this in a sketchy way, I guess. And it's sort of just to do what you need. Only make as much as you need. And try to monitor it when you're online. Because if it just doesn't wash it for some reason, if it, like, the wind blows it in the wrong way, you just don't get anything done. And you just made a mess. Boom, 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 boom. And look at that! So again, it's not, you know, it's not perfect. But, it exists. And it works. In real life, I'd probably just throw them all on the ground. As opposed to using like a setup like this. But yeah, we're not in the real world. So I have to do it like this. Boom and boom. Awesome. So I'll grab this and we can come back for the rest later. Awesome. Now, most of this needs to be in clay form. Well, not most of it, but a decent amount. So there you go. That's a stack of it. That'll keep us covered for a bit. I just put the recipe away. That's okay. You are going to be a smelting recipe. You're only going to be for one. But that's okay. Alrighty, so what can we do? So for starters, can I make a flux sieve? What do I need? I need sieve, I need iron bars. Because I'm going to remake the system, I'm just going to like make new sieves. You know what I mean? I'm not going to dig up the existing stuff. We'll do that recipe there. Cool. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Alrighty, so ideally, what do we have? The problem is as well, we're sharing a crushing factory for all of it, which is a little bit silly. Maybe I do just take these out. And does that finish? Yeah, it does. Okay. So now we can sort of see what each gets. This is the end stone, which will be the least amount no matter what, just because it's coming from this guy, which is pretty slow. The dust, I mean, we're getting none. This guy's got no power. Really? Oh, that'll do it. Okay, hold on. Pipe upgrades. Let's get 2 of these. So if I chuck that there... We chuck that there. This guy's keeping up. He's he's smashing it. This guy needs to catch up, which, to be fair, it looks like he is. Yeah. And I think because he's filled to the brim, we're not getting any of the dust technology that I think I had made happen. Because I think he was going to put some back in to turn into dust, but he's obviously clogged up because he wasn't fast enough. So it just didn't happen. That's okay. He's about to get some empty spots, I think. Yeah, see, and now we get some sand coming, and we get some... Yeah, that's great. I mean, I need to fix this as well. Ideally, we'll just have one for each, and then, like, a double for that. But, I mean, to be fair, like, this guy is keeping up with all of this. It's just this guy that got away. So, I think it shouldn't be a problem. I'd time and a bottle it. I don't know if that'll solve it, to be honest. I can 2 times it. There we go. I can do that. There we go. Yeah, you got the last bits there. Alright. Okay. So. Yeah, we should be getting a bit of everything, which it looks like we are, which is great. This guy's about to fill up. I don't know what happens once we start filling up. That could be a problem, but for now, that looks great. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flux sieves. And I don't have sticks. What a world we live in. Do we have logs in the system? Brilliant. I'll get 2. Look at me. Richie rich. 2 stacks of sticks. Alright. Order 6 of those. That should be quick and easy. Brilliant. Alrighty. I'll tell you what. Let's just properly pick all this stuff up. There we go. That's all just teleported away, which is great. What do I want? What's this stuff? Mud, concrete. Okay, do we have mud? We do have mud. We have some rough mud. I know it doesn't look great, but what are you going to do about it, eh? Boom, 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 boom. Cool. Alright, that should allow me to then do something like this. I'm going to leave a gap just because I don't know what we're dealing with. Now the sieve, yeah, should just need pipe technology. So, where are we? I've got universal pipes. I guess we can use that. So I'm thinking we do like this. What I could do actually is we could alternate them. Because I don't believe these connect to each other. And that makes it a little bit easier to do it. Okay, so first things first, if I were to set this up, does it put the right stuff in? It looks like it does. Okay, so it needs some meshes. We've got netherite meshes, it looks like. Cool. So I'll chuck one of those in each of them. Looks like we're going to have to put upgrades in here as well, so I'm probably going to regret not doing it all at once, but that's okay. And I mean, for the most part, it seems like that works. It doesn't put the wrong thing that can't be sieved in here, like the 2 times. So we don't need to filter it. That's great. That's a great start. Next, we need these upgrades. Now, it looks like you can do 3 of each. So if we search diamond and we get 6 of these, which I reckon we can do, which is nice, I should only be able... Oh, yeah, it only stacks in 3s. Now, they do need power, and it needs an inventory to output on. So, I think what we just do is we get a bunch of barrels. If we can. Can we get like 100 of that? Brilliant. What? Alright, so we get these. Now, if I place that there, does it... Is it happy? Is that output side or is it output side on the bottom? Output side might be on the bottom. You know what? There might be a thing for it. It's probably in the top things, but I'm just checking to see if it's got its own entire category. Alright, let's go up here into starting out. So, yep, we did the sieves. Now we're doing the cool stuff. And the cool stuff is getting this guy set up. Energy, blah, blah, blah. Inventory beneath it. You can input any side, but needs an inventory beneath it. Okay, Perfect. So we will dig this back up. Yep. Awesome. We will dig this up. Also awesome. Oh. Cool. And then we can do this. Power, 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 power. So this guy also doesn't have power, but at least we got that part sorted. Let's see if we can do an energy transmitter again. Energy transmitter. Because that guy seemed pretty cool. We'll see how much power he can output, I guess. And then we'll get a flux point if we can afford one. One of those. Some of these. Nice. Flux point. Okay. So let's go ahead and place this guy down here. With this on top. And connect him to my network. Alright. And then increase the radius. As much as I can. And as you can see, he is getting busy. All of this stuff is getting power, which is great. This guy's running already. And sieving already. Alright. Cool. And again, to clarify with the upgrades, I can't put more than that in? No. And there doesn't appear to be an upgrade. If we search upgrade and then we look for where they are on the side here, just to make sure there's not like a sneaky one from a different mod or something, where you don't even use the previous one to craft it. It's definitely not looking like it, eh? We're back at the front page. Oh, yeah, here we are. Yeah. Okay, I feel like I remember there being such thing as a netherite upgrade. But hey, at the very least, it looks like it's doing it. Alright, let's get more. So I need 3, 6, 9, 12. Awesome. And it says we can, so that's even better. Now these, of course, only stack in their specific groups. Let's get a... What do I need? I think I just dumped them into this chest, right? Which, by the way, is not running anymore. We've just got a... Oh, we've just got a storage bus on him. I guess that makes sense. He's online. He's online. Alright. Yeah, I guess we just chuck everything in here. For some reason, I thought that stuff was all going into the system. Alright. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. It does make sense. I just didn't really expect it, I guess. Boom. 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 Alright, how are we going with the boosters? The terracotta is struggling. Alright. Boom. What's happening, Mr. Terracotta? This guy's filled to the brim. He is unable to output because the return inventory got filled up by this guy. Because the induction card allows for that technology. So, we're going to render this, and we're actually going to bring it up in the Y value to take it off the ground. There we go. So it's now not touching... Oh no, we want it touching the ground. We just don't want it touching under the ground. So that's good. Let's unrender that. Let's jump into this and quickly grab a FE storage cell if we can. So let's search storage component. We do have some here. So if I press U on this, can I make you into a green one? Maybe? Alright, FE storage. Is there not a 4K? There is a 4K. Oh, but it needs a fancy thing. It needs this, which needs that, which needs this, which needs that. Oh, God. Okay. And that's because this guy is filled. Can I empty him? Okay. Can I remove this? No. That's a lot of power as well, isn't it? Alright. Alright. Hold your horses. Let's FE storage. Let's give this a go. So first things first, we want this made. We want, well, we're not going to be able to do that, are we? But we can at least do this bit. Sure. Let's chuck that in there, chuck that in there. Okay. So if I attempted this right now, it would say I can't do either. Sure. What's it's from applied. At applied. Flux. Okay. Sure. I can do this. Let's get 2 more. Awesome. Let's smelt it. But just not tell anyone that we smelted it. Great. That's cool. And then we do have charged redstone. But it needs to be non-charged redstone. Great. Okay. So non-charged redstone, and we get to pick which one. This one's clearly better. So we'll do this. This is made in a reaction chamber, which is this guy here. So it's going to go in there. And we're going to order it. And it's going to make it. Says the survey. Assuming I don't have to smelt anything. Is it? Yep. Cool. And then we're going to order one of those. Craft one of these. Craft 3 of these. Into... Hold on. Hold your horses. Why? Huh? Really? Oh, I can't. Okay, the glass. It needs sand. Oh my god. And it can't because all the crafting, because the thing. Okay. Can I at least make one? No, I need quartz glass to make one. I've just ruined myself. Oh no. Okay. There we go. Sort of. I just had to manually help it along. Alright. Listen. Some problems, but they have solved themselves. We're gonna get this. We're gonna chuck it in. Ah! There's not even room in there. We're gonna just replace one of these. That's stored it now. Cool. It shouldn't be filling this guy up anymore. Awesome. And I think we can just take it out of the system for now. And we can just store it. And if that becomes a problem again, we have a solution. Okay. Alright, everyone relax. It was a mess, but we fixed it. Okay. So now, let's try this again. Upgrades. Boom, 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 boom. Awesome. And you can just right click them in. Oh, even better. Sweet. So these are all hooked up. Some of these are already full, which is wonderful. We now want all of them going into this chest. I think we will do a modular router. So we'll grab one of these. We'll grab a distributor. And we'll grab speed upgrades and stack upgrades. I don't know if we'll need them. Are there stack upgrades in here? Nope. Alright, well, we'll craft some. We'll probably need some. Awesome. And we'll refresh this guy. So, we would like to say, hey, transfer into the router. Round robin. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Yeah, in there. And we want him to have stack upgrades and speed upgrades, and he'll be happy. We then want another distributor, or do we just have like a pusher, a sender? No? Okay, we'll grab a distributor. That's fine. And we want to say, hey, transfer out of the router into this guy. And there we go. So now, hopefully that can keep up with everything. I don't know that it can, but we're going to hope that it can. So far, it looks like it can. It does the smart thing where it just goes in a row. It ignores that stuff and it'll get back to it. And that allows it to actually... Look, it's just smarter. Alright, so this guy's empty. And staying empty, staying empty, staying empty, staying empty. Also staying empty. And also staying empty. Awesome. So what is our limiting factor? Our limiting factor is the output of these pipes. So let's get some pipe upgrades. I don't think these need to be insane, so we'll just get 6 of these ones. Even that might be overkill. I might keep those 6 and we'll get these just because they don't need as much redstone. Now, if I do that, is he now able to... Because basically, he processes a stack at a time, so as long as we're getting more than a stack through here, then he's fine. And that looks like that's the case. So that should be enough. That should be enough to keep them locked and loaded. Now, alright, so now that this guy has stuff constantly, as in a full stack worth, I mean, as you can see, they're still keeping up. They are... This guy's... Yeah, some of them are losing power. Or at least... Yeah. This guy might not be able to provide enough. Okay. Energy transmitter. Can we just get another one? Is that the play here? Let's go ahead and disconnect this pipe. Because he doesn't need crushed endstone in him, believe it or not. Cool. And increase the radius. And this. And this. Alright, so now, what are we looking at? This guy is almost full. And he's almost full before he runs again. Interesting. Okay. That guy's full no matter what. That guy's full no matter what. The ones that have more stuff are struggling. They're using more power, I guess. But then this guy's fine. Strange. Not too sure. I'll tell you what, we could probably do another one. We can't, but we probably could. Interesting. Okay. Ender cell. Oh, we don't have any of that, do we? We're just purely flux everything. Okay. Flux storage? Basic flux storage. Flux blocks we need, yeah. Which are a nightmare. Well, I mean, hey, it does appear like everything's working. The main thing is dust. That's giving us redstone, I'm pretty sure. So that's the main thing we wanted, right? I mean, it looks like we're doing pretty good. Again, it's kind of hard to tell if this is better or worse than what we had running. I guess it's cleaner. This guy's keeping up, which is great. This guy's also keeping up, which is somehow more impressive. Yeah, and so yeah, the main thing does seem to just be power still. Maybe we should just try to get something set up. So let's grab a flux point. Get another one of these set up. I mean, I guess I could have just used this one, but he's providing power there as well, so... yeah, I could use that one. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Let's get more energy out. Let's get one of those netherite pipe upgrades now. I think there's an actual use for it. Let's have a look. So, if I do this, and we set him to extract... then we should be able to do this, and chuck that in. Alright, and then... make sure there's no limit. I mean, this is still... am I crazy? The limit is the input into the flux network. It's this guy. Which means it's this guy. The energy cube can't transfer more. Cool. So this is an advanced energy cube. Energy cube. Where does it say? I don't know where it says it, but it does appear to be a limit. Yeah, max output 12,000. Okay. Can we make an elite? We can use the previous guy to make an elite. So we can chuck that in there. We can pick this guy up. And we should be able to make an elite. Huh? Didn't I just... I swear I was happy. I swear I was like, yeah, I've got everything you need. Oh, did the system turn off? The system turned off. I see. Okay. That's alright. How do we feel about energy cubes is a great question. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't usually use these. Is sort of what I'm getting at, I guess. But we'll do it, I guess. Elite induction cell? No, we just need... just energy cubes for now. Just energy cubes should be fine. That's not where that should go. Alrighty. So this guy's on. He has netherite upgrade. I need to tell him that on the... what's this? The east side? Is that how this guy works? Oh no, he's just smart. Input should work. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So he's getting stuff. He's getting like 40,000 at a time. He is filling faster than he's emptying. If we come over here, these should be filled to the brim, which is great. It looks like they are. Awesome. I think our job here is done. Alright, so now these should be a little bit faster even still, which is great. It looks... Oh! Is this real? Meshes are used in sieves. Meshes can be enchanted with fortune and efficiency, which increase the likelihood of drops and sifting speed, respectively. What? Alright, well, next episode, we might enchant some stuff. Hold on. I was gonna just bookmark a bunch of stuff. Just in case I look next episode. But yeah, cool. We could do some, yeah, efficiency and stuff. And fortune. Alright. Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully you're enjoying the series. Thank you to our donators and our channel members. Thank you to you guys for watching the video. Hopefully you've had a great Christmas, some time with your family, hopefully, or if you don't have family, hopefully you had just some fun time to yourself. Yeah, or with friends maybe. Or with a pet. If you don't have friends and a family, get a pet. That'd be my lesson. That's my Christmas advice for you. Yeah. Thank you to our donors and channel members. Thank you to our tier 3 channel members, Melizzy, Final Phoenix 13, and Space Trooper John. Thank you guys, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.